Welcome, everyone. Welcome into tonight's Pick a Card, live Pick a Card. I know this one got postponed a couple of times, guys. Thank you so much for being so patient with me. We are going to do this Pick a Card live, so I am going to take it a little slow and just wait and let everyone come in. I know several of you guys have been asking me about this particular Pick a Card. And again, thank you guys for being so patient. I was a little sick. I was out for a little while. So we are back to regular schedule starting today. And we will be back with the fire signs tomorrow at 2 p.m., guys. Thank you again for being so patient with me as we went through. Let me know, guys. Sound, picture, everything is okay. You can tell Mercury retrograde is over. No issues, no issues. I will say that the heavens unleashed right before we started the live. And we definitely got a good rainstorm. I do believe it has slowed down. Internet seems like it's sticking okay. Hi, Diana. Hi, Miss Tina. So yes, guys, we just came back from Miss Tina's. We had a wonderful Halloween party. But yes, I'm glad to be home and to get back to work. I do want to mention the Etsy shop. I am a little bit behind, guys. Please forgive me. I appreciate your business so very much. I do have two more readings that I need to catch up. So if you've been waiting, again, just a little medical force delay, but we are back on track, and I will get those caught up most likely on Tuesday. Tomorrow is Halloween, guys, and we do have the fire signs. I do have a special free readings that we're going to do tomorrow night. I haven't posted that yet. Just a little bit of a Halloween surprise. So, yeah, so look for that. Make sure if you guys are subscribed, you have that notification bell hit to all. We are going to do that tomorrow night. So Tuesday is going to be the day that I'm going to be able to catch up that Etsy shop. Again, guys, thank you so much for your business. And thank you so much for being so patient with me as I got better. I am completely better, all 100% back to me. Thank goodness. It was definitely a difficult 2 weeks. I thought it was going to be like 1 week that it was going to affect me, but it really got me for almost two. So, yeah. Don't procrastinate medical things, guys. Take care of it right away. It's no fun when you procrastinate, it just makes everything so much harder. All right, let's talk about the top 5 signs. All right, so I actually had to pull one up. I was telling Miss Tina about it. These signs that I got messages from your loved ones in heaven. I actually did a little research and I came up with a list. It was actually the top 10, but that would be a really large pick a card. So I picked the top 5 signs that people see when their loved ones in heaven are trying to get messages to them. So, the number one sign, guys, is butterflies. I thought that was interesting because we all see butterflies pretty regularly, and these are going to be signs that you see on a regular basis, guys. So I would say butterflies was interesting. It also, if they're the same color, and also a different color can represent a different passed on loved one. So that was interesting to me. I have several friends that coordinate colored, like the monarch butterfly to a specific passed on loved one. Number 2 on the list of signs that you may see when your loved one is trying to get a message to you is numbers. Some examples of that, guys, of course, can be angel numbers. You know how we see repeated numbers 11, 11, 111, 222, 333. It definitely could be those types of messages. And I do want to say those numbers do represent something. For example, if you see a lot of ones, it could mean that there's a new beginning coming. If you see a lot of twos, did you guys know that twos can mean that you're fixing to have a premonition? So if you're seeing 222, you could be getting ready to see a premonition, which is like get a visualization of what's fixing to happen. And that would be assisted by your passed on loved one if you're seeing that number repeatedly, right? Let's see. sixes. People have been seeing sixes a lot. People see 666 and they immediately coordinate that with the devil, right? That might just be like a US thing. I'm not really sure, but I think it's kind of funny myself. Sixes actually mean success or failure. It could say that you're fixing to have something happen that's very successful. It could also say though that you're fixing to have something not be so successful. It also means 666s, sorry, can also talk about harmony. I always say sixes come after fives. Fives are change, and sixes are your acceptance of that change. Let's see, eights. People see 888 all the time, or one of our own tribe members, she was telling me she sees 808. Eights are about fate, things that are fated, guys. So if you're seeing a lot of eights, the message to you could have something to do with fate. And when I say fate, that means something that's destined to happen. But yes, all those numbers have meanings, right? Let's see, electronics was number 3. So electronics can be anything from your lights. How many of you guys have had someone pass and then all of a sudden your lights start flickering and twinkling and staying on when they shouldn't be on? You know what I'm talking about? So it could be anywhere from, lights that you have to your phone. An interesting thing happened to me while I was at Miss Tina's. I woke up in the middle of the night and needed to use the restroom, and I'm totally one of those people that take my phone with me horribly, I know, and check my emails and all whatnot. And I definitely was doing that. And I set my phone down, and my calculator turned on by itself, and numbers started to come on my phone. Have you guys ever had that happen before? I actually have that happen to me a lot. It's not always the calculator. Sometimes it's the calendar. And I do feel like it's someone trying to show me a specific date. Let's see. And then dreams, of course. I always talk about dreams because I have published my dream journals. I do recommend that you guys write your dreams down all the time. The guided dream journals are my favorite because they ask you specific questions and it helps you interpret your dreams. So if you're having dreams but you don't really understand what they mean, the guided dream journal could definitely help you. And again, I publish those, designed them myself. And you can find those on Amazon only. The links are always in the description box of all of my videos. And then here's where we had to nudge the list a little bit. Number 5 was actually not cardinals. Cardinals was actually down closer to number 10 on the list. And that really surprised me. I expected cardinals to be number 1 on the list. Many times when I'm talking to people about their passed on loved ones, they mention that they've seen red cardinals. And I feel like red cardinals is known in many, many places as messages from your loved one or your loved ones coming down to say, hey, I'm still here. I'm still watching over you. So I really honestly don't remember what number 5 was, but I did bump cardinals up on the list. So I just wanted you guys to know that. Do you guys see red cardinals more often than any of the other signs? Let me know in the comments, guys. I feel like I definitely see red cardinals more than any of the other ones. I really expected it to be number 1. All right, so this is what we're going to do today. I have pulled out the Angels and Ancestors cards that Diana just recently gifted to me. I thought those were perfect for today's reading. And what we're going to look at is we're going to look at messages or information that they're trying to send to you or that they have for you. I am going to use the Triple Goddess Tarot to clarify. And then I've pulled out the Talking to Heaven from James Van Prague. And we're going to use that to get some guiding words from your loved one in heaven. I will put timestamps in, guys, after the live stream, as always. So yes, if you're watching the replay, thank you so much for coming back to watch my video. Just make sure to check in the description box and you can scroll to whichever one you are wanting to choose. Hi, Lulu. Hi, Amber. So yes, guys, you may have more than one. It's very possible. Excuse me, so sorry. You may have definitely more than one. And I do want to say, like, you may also have more than one loved one that's passed. I will try to tell you who I'm sensing. I'm definitely still practicing my mediumship. It comes. Um, I feel like I don't have a lot of control over it. I'm just being really honest, guys. When I started my spiritual awakening was catapulted by a different type of spiritual journey. Mediumship was not actually something that I had planned on. I will say that as a young child, I've always felt that I could communicate and receive messages from the other side. Definitely not something that you talk about, you know what I mean, with anyone because it's weird, right? But I never knew that like this was gonna happen. This was gonna be part of the deal when I started following my purpose. But what I will say, clearly my purpose has been the twin journey and to come out here and to remind you guys who you are and help encourage you to keep going on your journey and understand that you're not alone, that we're all very much right here together. But mediumship is a little bit different, right? Like it has really nothing to do with that particular journey that we're on. So to say that I'm very grateful for this gift would be a complete understatement. I definitely feel like I can help more in this situation. But if I was to be honest, I watched several mediums in the last couple of weeks just to see how they present their information. And I did feel like I'm clearly at the beginning of my journey. And I just really spit out whatever comes to mind. So, guys, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's who it is. So, I will tell you who I feel. I can also tell you guys characteristics of the person. I know that's weird too, right? But I can usually tell like eye color and hair color, and I am going to try to do that tonight. Again, it may not necessarily match. I feel like the James Van Prague oracles is really going to be the one to pull those heartstrings and tell you who it is that we're speaking to today. All right, so let's get started. Are you guys ready? Are you guys excited? I know you guys have been asking me like when are we gonna do it? And I thought too, like Halloween, right? It's the perfect time. Everyone says the veil is thin. Guys, that's just well, I guess it is really thin actually. But you can do this at any time. Like you don't need the veil to be thin to contact your loved one on the other side. All right, so let's timestamp and let's start with the butterflies. 1242 because I seen it. So there's some twos in there. Anyone seeing some twos? All right. All right, so group one, the butterflies. It's interesting. It's like the energy all of a sudden got very still and very serious. All right, let's see what the message is for those of you that have been seeing butterflies from your passed on loved one in heaven. Guys, we're not going to get into a whole concept about who's in heaven and who's not, because I believe everyone is. And I understand that that's a whole other show. So we're not going to talk about it. But if you have a loved one that's passed and you tend to see butterflies, this message could be for you. Wow, a new card. We have the guardian angel. You are not alone. Look at this. I love it. And see the feather? Feathers was on the list. It was further down, of course. Yeah, I wish we could have done all 10 of them, but that definitely would have been a lengthy pick a card. All right. So group one, if you picked butterflies, it's very possible that you're also seeing feathers. The white feather specifically is sticking out to me. I do feel the sensation that I could be talking to someone who has withdrawn a little bit. You feel like since your person has passed to the other side, that you're literally down here by yourself. I do sense that you're surrounded by a lot of people. So you do have a lot of support, but it's not the support that you want, right? So I do have that feeling of like you're a little bit alone. Guys, these are going to be really emotional. So just be patient with me. I may have to stop, pause, that type of thing. I'm going to pull 3 for each one. All right, so the warrior card comes out and it says, be fearless and stand strong. Let's do one more. I love it. Seer, see beyond the current situation. All right, so here's what I'm going to say about that. You see how she's looking into the ball? Like I said earlier, we have tools, guys. Tarot is just a tool, and it's very much a very easy tool that you could start using if you wanted to communicate with your own passed on loved one without waiting for me to do a pick a card. You see what I mean? So I do feel like if you are seeing butterflies, you could definitely have a passed on loved one that is very much encouraging you to be more open. I do sense the aloneness. I do feel like they're asking you to be strong in this time, but I do feel like they're asking you also to see, to be open, to understand that we grow up, guys. It doesn't matter which part of the world you're watching or listening to me from. We grow up with beliefs that are just kind of like implanted into us, right? From childhood on. And it doesn't matter, we learn things at certain ages that we just continue to teach people over and over. And it may not even be right. So you see what I'm saying? And then it's like things don't get taught or learned that we need in order to be in this journey in this life that we're in. So I do feel like I'm talking to someone who maybe like the situation was frowned upon. It's not something like maybe is accepted with your friends and family. And it's like spirit saying you need to be more open-minded about the situation. And when I say spirit, of course, I'm talking about your past loved one. It's all about energy, guys. All right, so I am going to clarify a little bit. I feel like it came in pretty direct. I do feel like your passed on loved one has become one of your guardian angels. Look at that card just come out. So 9 of Cups flips out. All right, I do want to say that I feel like the 9 of Cups was trying to come out in reverse. I do get a little bit of it's a 10 of Cups. Sorry, 10 of Cups. Happy home, happy family. And then I have the 8, which is the teacher card or the mother card in the Triple Goddess Tarot. So for some of you, this could be your mother. For some of you, this could be a family member, happy home, happy family, like someone that was in your home, grew up in your home. Again, I'm seeing like a mother and child here. The warrior card, wow, I love it. We have the devil, so a major arcana, which definitely gives us a time. So we have some Capricorn energy. My mom was a Capricorn, guys. I dreamed about her when I was sick. I had a really, really interesting, good dream about her. But the devil card, I love it in the Triple Goddess Tarot. See how there's no people bound to the mean horned devilly guy? This is just one lady. It's actually called the Crone card in the Triple Goddess Tarot. And it talks about how she's grown, she's gained wisdom, she's ascended, she's no longer bound. We have the Fool card coming out. I love it. Look at the little puppy. It's interesting. I see a little white dog. It definitely stuck out right away. Okay, so there's 2 Fool cards in the Triple Goddess Tarot. One of them is this lady, and she has like a dress on, no shoes, and she's just getting ready to take the leap of faith, right? This particular Fool card, she's completely dressed. She has boots on, a bag. She's completely prepared. I feel like for some of you, the message is that you need to take some sort of leap of faith here, and you're waiting or holding on or withdrawing, secluding yourself. I heard, like you're trying not to be around people is what I'm getting. All right, for the seer card, see beyond the current situation. We have the Four of Pentacles coming out. So Four of Pentacles is normally that card that, like, it's one pentacle's tucked into his little crown, the other one he's like clutching on in his in front of his chest, and then like the other two pentacles he's stepping on, one on each foot, right? In the Rider Waite tarot, that's the Four of Pentacles, and it's like, no, you can't have one, right? And it's because he doesn't have very much, so he's holding on to it as tightly as possible. Look at the Triple Goddess tarot. Look how giving she is. And then the Three of Pentacles comes next. And the Three of Pentacles talks about teamwork. So again, we started out with you're not alone. And then we're here with ending with teamwork. So someone is definitely still working with you. Look how the hole is missing. I just seen that. Can you see it? It's like she's putting it back. But I definitely feel like you feel like there's a piece missing, and the message here is that this person is with you all the time. All right, so here's where we're gonna get to our feels. Are you guys ready? All right, I'm gonna pull one Talking to Heaven card. We will read the description out of the book. James Van Praagh, guys, I don't know if you know who he is or not, but there's no words. There's no words to explain to you how good these oracle cards are. So I'll just show you. All right, so characteristics came to me just now. I will say that your person most likely was a female, most likely was a mother figure, most likely had dark hair up until the older years, where the hair turned white, and may, I guess it could be gray or white, and may not have lived to a very old age. Most of these pictures are young. All right, let's look at the message. Look at that. I love it. Thank you so much. I have become one of your guides. Do you guys see me shuffle? How beautiful. It's so fun, right? And the Guardian Angel, first card out. You are not alone. So if your person has passed and you have any notion that this person is gone and no longer with you and no longer helping you, I feel like this message was directed to you so that you would know that that is not the case. All right, let's read the words out of the book. I have become one of your guides. It says, now that I have time to process and learn from my earthly experiences, I'm working through my remaining life purpose by helping you with your life purpose. It's a vicarious way for me to fulfill my destiny as you fulfill your own. Please know that I never interfere with your free will choices, although it's admittedly difficult at times to sit on the sidelines and watch you make choices that I, if I were asked, would advise you to make differently. That's going to be really direct to somebody out there. It keeps going. As one of your spirit guides, my role is simply to love you. All of the love that you receive from your many angels and guides is your shield that safeguards you in the face of stress and fear. Our collective love is healing, guiding, and protective. And know that you can call upon me or any of your angels or guides for assistance or comfort. We're always here for you. All right, that's going to be group 1 butterflies. I hope that was helpful. All right, guys, give me just a moment to regroup, clean up, and we will go to group 2. Hummingbirds was on the list too, Miss Tina. Diana said, I picked butterflies and was thinking of my dad. But as the cards roll out, I think it's his wife sending a message. It still could be dad, especially if dad had a strong parenting role. I think it's interesting. We kind of tend to forget that we have both, right? Masculine and feminine. I would say it was definitely a very nurturing energy for sure. Very motherly. But that doesn't mean that it's a woman. You see what I mean? There's dads out there that are very good moms. But Diana, you could most likely be very right. I feel like you were going to know before I know. When you're working with so much energy, it's very hard to pin it down. When you're working with your own energy, all you have to do is just trust your intuition. All right. She wore the pants. I love it. Oh. Oh, you know what I forgot to talk about, Diana? I was going to talk about, I had that dream about my mom. And what is the island? There's an island. I think it's Coronado Island. It's right across from San Diego. Like we took a boat. We took a boat there when I had to go clean my mom's apartment out after she passed. And it was just a tiny little island. It had like little shopping stores you could go to. But it's really interesting because I've seen the word several times. I even had someone reach out and ask for some help. Yes, that's it. Right before we left, and her last name, made me think of the island. Was really close, you know what I mean? And I was like, wow, it's so weird that I keep seeing it. Hi, Vanessa. That I keep seeing it everywhere. So it's like clearly my mom has been with me the last couple of days for sure. I mean, I feel like clearly she always is, but sometimes we need our the energy of our past loved ones a lot more on some days than other days. You know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely can feel like I keep seeing the name of the island everywhere. All right, guys. So we are almost ready for group 2 numbers. Remember, guys, doesn't necessarily, that's why I put 1, 2, 3 up there on the top of your screen. And because it doesn't necessarily have to be angel numbers like 111, 222. They can be, definitely. And remember, those numbers do have meanings. We talked about that a little bit. And what's pretty funny, group 1, the 2s were coming to me. And 2s were premonition, remember? So that was pretty interesting to me, group 1. But yeah, so numbers can mean all kinds of, there's signs in them. We'll see what comes up for a group 2. I feel like some certain ones are sticking out to me. But yes, there's definitely meanings. And I want to say too, I didn't mention it when we were talking about the numbers. It could also be like someone's birthday. So let's say you have an important date on 4/17, so you see 0417, or 1105, so you see 1105 everywhere. It doesn't have to be like a repeated number. You see what I mean? Birth dates, not just birthdays either. Sometimes it's addresses, I lived at a particular address when my life changed, 953. So I see 953 whenever there's like big change coming, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be like a repeated number. But numbers was number 2 on the list. All right, so let's see. We're going to start with I almost didn't timestamp. Group 2, 3053. That's so weird because it was the 3s. How interesting. 3s, guys, are mostly fortunate situations. Can be about revelations, sympathy, and love. So if you're seeing a lot of 3s, it's interesting because we're at group 2. All right, so I am using angels and ancestors. So if you guys have been seeing a lot of numbers, again, birthdays, numbers that represent certain moments. Angel numbers. These are going to be the messages from your past loved one in heaven. Ooh, the High Priestess comes out. The High Priestess says harness mystic powers. That's going to come out a lot in these readings, guys, because your loved ones definitely want you to know that you can do this yourself. And we're all very intuitive. It's all about tapping into that intuition, but really it's about finding the tool that helps you, finding the tool that you work with the best. Tarot, I will say, is one of the easiest for beginners, but I've been dabbling into the pendulum. I mean, there's several different tools that you can use, right? So I would say that this message is definitely going to be really focused on please tap into your intuition so that you can receive the messages from your loved one. My ears just started ringing. There could be some sort of something important that they've been trying to show you like repeatedly. 911 could be a thing too. Warrior came out for group 1. Be fearless and stand strong. In other words, it's like we have so much fear. I definitely struggled with my anxiety in the past 2 weeks as I was going through the medical situation. And I feel like it's, I don't want to say it's pointless. I'm never going to knock anyone's mental health because I struggle with it myself. So, I just don't know why we have it. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know why we deal with things like anxiety. Like, we should have so much comfort just having the knowing that we have. So, pretty interesting to me that this card's come out again. All right, let's keep going. So, we have the Sholem Master. I know I always say that wrong. It says be graceful in movement and action. In other words, I feel like group 2, if you pick the numbers, the message could be that you're going through something super difficult. I just want to say the high priestess sits at the veil. She literally sits at the veil, like she's right here between heaven and earth. So that's a really powerful card to come out first thing. In other words, it's like you could have some spiritual abilities of your own that you need to tap into. You don't need to be fearful. You shouldn't worry and have anxiety. And I know I'm saying these things and it's like it's frustrating me to say it. So this is definitely coming from your loved one because you have so much confirmation though. So I'm not talking to someone who's not sensed their passed on loved one. It's like you sense them, you feel them. You may not know what the numbers mean, but I'm definitely sensing something about like anxiety, over worrying, and maybe like showing that on the outside, like maybe not being able to maintain, as I call it, because of the anxiety or the fear, something like that. All right, we will clarify a little bit with some Triple Goddess Tarot. The energy I'm getting from this person is like very direct, very authoritative, kind of. It's almost like a coach, like a coach type of attitude. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to boost you up, motivate you, get up, get going. I don't sense that this person is clearly sympathetic and loving towards you, but I don't feel like they are like the touchy, soft, type of energy. And again, could be male or female. All right, so we have the Ace of Pentacles coming out. Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning all day, every day, but this is the Triple Goddess Tarot. And look how viney it's covered. It's like thorns are covering this new start. So I do feel like whoever I'm talking to, you're trying to start over. It's so interesting. I seen a thing. I think I posted it on my Facebook today. I think it says, don't be afraid to start over. I forget how it goes, but something like you're starting over with experience this time, something like that. So it's like someone's trying to have some sort of new beginning, some sort of new start. This could have something to do with money, but it's like it's out of reach for them, or it's hard for them to get here. We have the Healer card coming back out. Again, this is about spiritual abilities, learning to use those abilities, very much like the Strength card, Leo energy. And we also have Aries coming out strongly. There's that authority figure. I got that. I definitely got like this person, like a coach. They're in charge, but they're also trying to motivate and encourage you. It definitely could be like a father figure, clearly, with the Emperor coming out. Let's keep going. Aries, of course. We have the Ace of Wands. This is something about destiny, again, fate. With the Master, we have the Page of Cups. You're too attached, too emotional. See the octopus in the cup? And there's that Fool card I was talking about earlier. The Fool card. She's got no shoes on. You see that? Where's her bag? She's not ready. She's just going. Okay, but I do feel like that's the message. Like, don't put your shoes on. Just go. Okay, so group 2. If you're seeing in numbers, I feel like your person who has passed is someone of authority. Definitely could be a father figure, someone who encourages you, cheers you on. I kept hearing the word coach over and over. That may just be, not for everyone, right? But I do kind of get that energy, like they're trying to motivate you and encourage you to pull from that inner strength. I do feel like you have your own abilities here. And there's something about your own spiritual abilities. And that's why the anxiety and the like the worrying, over worrying, Nine of Swords type of energy is like it's pointless. It's like I'm not by any means trying to say that if you're having anxiety that it's pointless. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I know. And I understand why you're having it, but I do understand like why your person is saying like you have these abilities to do something here that you're needing or wanting to do, and just worrying about it or being stressed about it is not going to help the situation. You're highly, highly protected. The Emperor, I'm just saying it's like he's the most powerful card in tarot. So yeah, I'm definitely getting like take the leap of faith. It's going to be okay. I feel like there's something about making something too sticky, like being too attached to something, not being able to see it because you're too emotionally attached. And it's some sort of master. So it's like whatever skill you have here, whatever this person has passed to you, or given you or helping you with since they've passed, is clearly something powerful. All right, group 2. This is going to be the talking to heaven. So this is going to be the direct message from your passed on loved one in heaven. Okay, so we have the earth is our school. A teacher. Could have been a teacher. All right, the earth is our school. It says, we often forget when living in a physical body that earth isn't our true home. Heaven is. Heaven is a lot like earth with people, animals, flowers, trees, and such. The difference is that up here, there is no competition to meet physical needs. After all, you don't have to eat or pay taxes in heaven. You do have responsibilities, but they're part of your life purpose. So they're joyful. For that reason, everyone in heaven is relaxed, forgiving, happy, and loving. We go to Earth to experience life in a physical body. It's like going away to boarding school. Once you have a physical body, the ego becomes apparent. Because everyone is competing and struggling to take care of their physical demands, but if you can rise above these energies, you learn how to bring heaven's love to Earth. It can take multiple lifetimes to grasp the simple yet not so simple concept. Fortunately, I'm here to help you learn what's really important for your spiritual growth: love. The more you can see yourself and others through heaven's loving eyes, the more you'll understand that everyone is doing the best they can. You'll have compassion for yourself and others, and that's when you've mastered your schoolwork. Beautiful, beautiful message for group 2. All right, guys, I'm going to clean up really quickly. I'm going to take a moment and then we will move on to group 3. Is that Miss L I see? Hi, Miss L. Roberta Hinkle. Don't forget, guys, we are on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. All right, guys, so we are almost ready for group 3. All right, let's do 4422 for group 3. 4422. Funny the numbers, right? All right, so group 3 is going to be electronics. So if you have someone who's passed on to heaven and you see the lights flickering, lights staying on when you turn them off, phones. I told the story about the calculator last night. That happens to me a lot. TVs coming on and off. All those type of electronics, little weird things happening could definitely be your passed on loved one trying to get a message to you. So group 3, this reading is going to be for you. All right, we're going to start out with the angels and ancestors. So if you've had some wonky light situation or phone situation, I told this story about the calculator. When that first happened to me, guys, I was so scared. Talk about jump out of your skin, but here we are all these years later. It happened last night and I didn't jump out of my skin. I will say that I turned it off and I didn't wait to see what the message was. I didn't feel like I was prepared or ready. I still have boundaries. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. Group 3. What does your loved one want to say to you? Nice. Came out super easy. The Sage, the Sun, and Wise One. Interesting. The 2. Huh. That is so weird. Group 3. This could be 2 people, but they're together. This could be like grandma and grandpa, mom and dad, something like that. Group 3. This is going to be 2 people that are together. Did not see that coming. Sorry. I mean, not sorry, but you know. All right, so let's see. The Sage card says be devoted and committed. This is 2 people that were together for a long time, guys. Wise One, grow within your current situation. The Owl is definitely sticking out. And the Sun, enjoy success and happiness. What was that? We were talking about 6s, success or failure. Let's go ahead and clarify. Definitely getting the energy of 2 very wise people. I do feel like they know each other. They're very comfortable. A lot of times, I know it's going to sound funny. A lot of times when I'm doing a mediumship readings, it's like there's so many people that you guys have that want to get messages to you and you want to contact one person. And so it's like I'm trying to connect with one energy, and it's like there's 10 people in line. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, we have something to say too. You know what I'm saying? And that happens a lot when I'm trying to connect. And so I will say that, like, I do. It's a loving. There's nothing but love and white light. They don't argue or fight with each other, but I do definitely sometimes get like a push of who wants to go first. You know what I'm trying to say? And here that's not happening. It's like we very much come together. We've always been together. We stayed together. This could be someone, you know how sometimes people pass together. You know what I mean? Like they pass in a close proximity of each other. The movie The Notebook is definitely coming to mind at the moment. All right, here we go. Let's look at that Sage card. Be devoted and committed. Ace of Swords. This is about new clarity, new freedom. And 7 of Wands. This is about fighting for something, protecting yourself. Seven of Wands is about healthy boundaries. These people are coming together, and I do sense that it is some sort of warning. I'm not asking you to be fearful, but I do feel like these people are asking you to pay attention to the people around you. You could be trying to protect someone else. Do you see the small child? Do you see the small child behind there? So there's definitely something about some new communication, new clarity. There's something you're fighting for. Let's look at the sun. We have the Two of Cups coming out, and we have the Devil card. So it's not the Devil card, my bad, guys. It's the Death card. Um, so no Capricorn energy. I do sense a unhealthy bond. I know that it's not the Devil card and the Two of Cups came out. Again, I don't read reversals. I just read the energy of the card, okay? So if you picked group 3, most likely you're in an unhealthy relationship of some sort. This doesn't have to be your husband or your spouse. This could be your boss. This could be even your child. This could be another family member. It's something that's unhealthy, that's not balanced out. There's not equal effort. Remember, the Two of Cups is equal effort. It's very much soulmate energy. This is more of a karmic energy. This is more of I'm taking from your cup. My cup is my cup and your cup is my cup, is what I'm hearing. That needs to be done. All right, the wise one, we have grow within your current situation. So you could be feeling stuck, or you could be feeling like you don't have the means to do something, and your person is your people here. There's definitely more than one. I am sensing a more masculine energy and a more tender, motherly type of feminine energy. But I do sense that this person is more about you already have what you need. You think that you don't have the information, but you've actually gathered the information in your current situation. Wow. The World card comes out. And the Page of Wands comes out. So this is definitely I don't like to use the word warning because I don't want to get people like freaking out. Your person, your loved one is not trying to freak you out. But it's definitely the Page of Cups. This is the Triple Goddess Tarot. I could get the book out and show it to you. It literally says expect things to get messy. If you want new opportunities, if you want freedom from something that you're having to fight off, you're going to have to bring something to an end. You're going to have to open yourself to those new opportunities, and you're going to have to expect that it's going to get messy. All right, group 3. Just got a little shiver down the back. This is going to be your message from your passed on loved one in heaven. Tears cleanse the soul. One of my favorites. I cry, guys. I'm a crier. It definitely helps you wash that nasty energy out. And when I say nasty energy, I mean anything that's painful. All right, so tears cleanse the soul. When you cry, I'm even closer to you, hugging and reassuring you. Sometimes you feel my presence and sometimes not. However, I want you to know how beautiful you are when you are vulnerable with your heart fully open, feeling your raw emotions. Tears are a way to wash your soul of impurities. See? Such as fear and worry. It's a healthy means of releasing painful feelings, so I'm very proud of you for allowing yourself to cry. I know that it's difficult and that you want the pain to end, and it will, I promise. Just know that your heart heals faster as you allow it to experience all these feelings. Don't try to stay composed or hold back tears. Cry if and when you need to. People will understand. And if they don't, then that says much more about them than it does you, because God gave us the ability to shed tears for a healing reason, and it takes a strong person to cry. All right, guys, that's group 3. So that was emotional. I hope it was helpful. Group 3. Miss Al says, Purple Lunarose Tarot, I'm crying right now. I cleansed before coming on here to support your channel. I feel a little better. Thank you, Miss Al. I love you so much. All right, guys. We are almost through. Going to group 4. Group 4 is going to be my favorite. Dreams. Are you guys writing your dreams down? I hope so. I have started paying more attention to the symbols in my dreams. Guys, there's symbols in your dreams everywhere. And really, until I got the dream interpretation dictionary, I really didn't pay too much attention to symbols. I paid more attention to the people and what was being said. Thank you, Miss L. Yes, if the readings are helpful, guys, please hit that like button. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all those very good things. Diana says, crying helps you release. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so who's dreaming of their passed on loved one? I had a dream of my mom when I was sick last week. For those of you that don't know, I had some old feeling from when I was like 9 years old come out, and apparently broke my tooth or split my tooth up to the root. It was so painful. I can't even describe in words what type of pain that was. I had to make an appointment. I was trying not to pay the ridiculous emergency dental prices. So I was like, I can handle this pain and I will just take some time off work. And I made an appointment for like a week out. I almost didn't make it, guys. Don't do that. Don't be a martyr. Pay the money, go get it done. Hi Jenna. So yeah, but it was funny because I got so really quickly, I mean, I'm just gonna run through this as fast as possible. Some of you know the story. I do have a pretty big near-death experience story. I don't talk about it very much. I'm gonna go really fast. Ready? I had some wisdom teeth pulled in 2009 by a dentist who was right out of college. Got it done with no antibiotics before or after. Got a very bad, had an abscess, very bad abscess, and the infection when the tooth came out spread into my bloodstream. I was 9 hours away from it reaching my heart, and I literally almost died, right? Near-death experience. I had to have emergency surgery, and I was in a coma for, I think, 7 days. I was in the hospital altogether for 2 weeks, and it took me quite some time to repair my body after that experience. So when this tooth thing happened, to say that my anxiety went through the roof would be a joke, right? I was so scared. I could definitely feel all of your guys's well wishes and positive energy being sent to me. So for those of you who did that, thank you so much. Hi, Selena on Facebook. Um, so you guys, we've definitely had a very interesting couple of weeks. But anyway, I had this dream about my mom, and oh, I took them down. No, they're back there somewhere. Miss L got me some cards. The Nightmare Before Christmas. You guys know the Nightmare Before Christmas, right? The little skeleton guy. What's his name? I can't remember his name. What is it? I thought it was Timmy. No, Tim Burton. Oh, that's the person that made the thing. All right. So the Nightmare Before Christmas. All right, guys. So clearly I haven't seen this movie. And so I had to do a little research, and I was trying to figure out who is who so I could learn about the cards. You know what I'm saying? And that night, that very night, I went to bed and I had a dream about my mom. And I was telling her, I said, it's so weird because the tooth is on the top right and all of my teeth hurt, including like my bottom jaw. And I couldn't understand that. I was like, why? Jack Skeleton. Thank you, Diana. And I was like, I can't understand why that doesn't make any sense to me. Like why the bottom is hurting. And she's like, she looked at me in her dream and she's got a face with skin on it, and she goes, that doesn't make sense. She goes, because your bottom teeth aren't even attached to your face. And I thought, what a weird thing to say. And I looked up at her and she started like flipping her bottom jaw with her finger, like flipping it up and down. And the bottom jaw was like a skeleton. Like the rest of her face had flesh, you know what I mean? But just that bottom jaw was like a skeleton face, and it was like moving. And that would be something my mom would do because she was like that kind of weird character. And think that it was funny, you know what I'm saying? And in my dream, I wasn't scared by any means, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was funny and I laughed. I remember telling her, like, please don't make me laugh because it was making my face hurt. But anyway, it was one of those dreams where it felt like it lasted all night, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I felt like I got to spend the whole night with her, and it was needed, very much needed. So yes, beautiful, beautiful dream. So yes, if you're dreaming about passed on loved ones, this reading could be for you. So let's timestamp 101:55 for group 4. 101:55. All right, let's start with the angels and ancestors, and let's see if we can figure out what messages your loved one is trying to send to you. I am going to pull 3 of them. All right, group 4, here we go. So we have the sage coming back out, be devoted and committed. We have the snake coming out, shed old skin. And last one, we have the high priest coming out. So we had the high priestess come out already. It says intend and create. All right. So again, I am kind of getting the energy. On the bottom, I just gotta show you. It says star ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. In the dream, it could be a voice. Like you may not see a person and it's just a voice. I'm kind of getting that with the sage card. I'm kind of getting that this is more spiritual, especially with the high priest here. This could be so let's say your person who's passed on was very religious. I'm not going to step on any, I'm going to try really hard not to step on any toes, guys. Religion and spirituality, definitely 2 different things. Religion can definitely help you with your spirituality. I don't think there's anything wrong with religion. I like all religions. I don't have any one particular religion that I tend to like fall in all of their, rules and categories. I do keep the King James Version Bible on my desk. I do believe in angels in heaven. I do believe that all religions are, if you funnel it all down, goes back to love. But I do feel like this person was very spiritual and very set in their beliefs. I think the snake card is going to be the message because it's very possible that their belief was pushed onto you in some way, shape, or form. And this doesn't necessarily, like, this could be like a great grandparent. You may not even have met this person. Like maybe they push these beliefs on their children and then their children push them on you. You see what I'm trying to say? I do get with the snake card, the shed the old skin here, that they're definitely asking you to release the old binds, the things that are like binding you to a stagnant belief, something that's not helping you create. You see what I'm trying to say? I'm going to be talking to someone who's like in fear to manifest. I'm going to be talking to someone who sees these types of spiritual abilities as, what's the word here, like witchy or something that's not necessarily, I think witches are cool, but you may not. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to be something like that. I do feel like they're trying to get a message to you that you could be holding yourself back from creating or manifesting something. You see how he has the tool in his hand? It's like you have a tool and you're not using it. And it's because you're bound. You're bound by that snake who's keeping you in line, is kind of what I'm getting. Ooh. Okay, several tried to come out. Yeah, very spiritual. Look at that Hermit card. Beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. All right, so the 5 of Swords here. So it's normally to me a negative thinking. Group 4. If I'm talking to someone who you've been talking to, your loved one in your dreams, again, you could just be dreaming about a voice and not necessarily seeing a face. For some of you, this is going to be someone who's older. Maybe you don't think that you know them or you don't understand why you're dreaming about this person. I do feel like they are some sort of ancestor of some relation. It's possible that you didn't see them in this lifetime. If you did, maybe you only seen them like when you were younger, something like that. It's very possible that there's some sort of negative attachment to this person. Like maybe this is like, again, I'm just using an example. So if there's like a real person out there, guys, I don't know. I'm just making up an example, okay? But let's say there's like a great grandpa Henry who was such and such religion and was known for being very brutal with his words. The devil card is here. Of course, it's called the crone card, but I am getting a little bit of a reversal energy. Like it's very much like this person may have been very set in their ways, very direct in the way they talk to people. Maybe they weren't the nicest when they talk to people, like they didn't have the nicest words to use or say. I do feel like it could have something to do with negative thinking for some of you, but for most of you, this is about actual communication. But if you didn't have communication with them, then you would have just heard about this. You see what I'm saying? Like you would have just heard that this person communicated in that way. I do believe that the message they're trying to get to you is to break free from that situation. The shed your skin for the snake card is here. And then my clue card for like the breakup, break away, get free of this thing is here with the Knight of Swords. The 2 of Cups is probably the message. It's going to be a partnership of some sort. This could be some sort of relationship. I really don't like to say that because I don't want to be the person that comes on here every day and is like, leave your person, go be single, get a bunch of cats. No, don't do it. But it's possible that group 4, if you are dreaming about this person or having these types of messages or these spiritual messages coming in your dreams, it could be because you have some sort of toxic partnership and you do need to break away from a situation. Most likely you stay because you feel the old skin, right? You feel like you have to. You've been told to. Maybe this is someone who doesn't believe in divorce, someone who doesn't believe in separation, someone who doesn't believe in quitting a job after 25 years and trying something new. You see what I'm saying? Something like that. So for the high priest coming out, we have the 8 of cups, which is again, like getting on with it. I don't want to say walking away from a situation, but I do feel like something is holding you up. And I think what you're getting on with is something to do with spirituality. Again, this is not religion. We don't have the Hierophant card. This is the Hermit. This is very much about spiritual awakening. All right. So here is your message, group 4, direct message from your loved one in heaven. Nice. Nice. It is beautiful where I am. What is it? I didn't. I can't read the. I gotta stay focused, and I'll go back and look. It is beautiful where I am. All right. It says, I wish that for just a moment I could share my world with you. This heavenly realm is beyond description. It is where colors, hues, and patterns of all different types sing and come alive. Here, there is a brilliant light that permeates everything, and everything in turn is filled with incredible joy. Here, you suddenly become aware that you are connected to everything. There is no anger or hardness in this world. Those emotions have been replaced with the overwhelming peace and joy. It is love at its finest. It is heaven, the place where I will be waiting to greet you one day. All right, group 4. I hope that was helpful. Yeah, that's a holy moly, Miss L, for sure. All right, guys, we have one left, the Cardinals. I know several of you are waiting for the Cardinals, and I just want you to know that I didn't make it last on purpose. In fact, it was further down the list. I believe it was 7 or 8. And I was pretty surprised myself. I feel like Cardinals should have been the first one. Butterflies. Butterflies was the first one. The most seen sign. Miss Tina says, I try but can't seem to recall my dreams. Sometimes words. I love that you said sometimes you get words. Because what I would say at that point is use your dream journal just for a diary. But first thing, when you very first wake up, because I do feel like what you write down is most likely what came through to you in your dreams. The guided dream journal, I feel like, is the best because you can really fill in the answers to the questions, and that will definitely help you a little more. And that is, of course, by the time that you're remembering. I do feel like the more I have had a few of you that have told me you don't dream, don't remember your dreams, start to come to me and tell me more often about dreams that you are remembering. So it means we're definitely bringing it to the forefront, right? We're bringing it to your attention. You're starting to focus on it, and that definitely could assist you. Also, How did we do time-wise? A little over an hour? That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Group 5 seems impatient. All right. I just pop my neck, and I don't do that. You know how people turn their head and like crack their neck? So do not do that ever. All right. Group 5. Cardinals, red cardinals at that, right? Red cardinals. Who's been seeing red cardinals? Everyone. I see them all the time. Diana says the snake again. Yep, shedding old skin. I reported Junior. What happened? Did we have a person? Did you block and ban and delete? Thank you. All right. I know. It's hard sometimes. People get so stuck on their beliefs, and then they get upset when you try to tell them something different. He was what? Oh, porn. Well, that's at least fun. All right. Let's see, group 5. Let's timestamp 1:15:44 because I see it. So group 5, red cardinals. Red cardinals, I did have to move up the list. Again, I do believe it was down there 7, 8, or 9. I mean, it was down there pretty low, and I was like, what? So I did move it up. So if you do go look at my list, I just Googled it, guys. If you go look, it's going to show it down towards the bottom. I did move it. I do feel like most of us, when we have passed on loved ones, have heard, family members have told us, we've seen signs, people make pretty little things to put out in your yard. And it says that when you see a red cardinal, it's a past loved one sending you a message that they love you, that they're still with you, and they're still supporting you, right? So group 5, if you pick the red cardinal, then this could definitely be a reading for you. All right, so I'm using angels and ancestors, and we're looking at what is the information that your loved one in heaven has been trying to get to you. What is the message? What is the information that your loved one wants you to know? Group 5, the cardinals. Nice. 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 Ooh, interesting. Group 5. So I'm definitely I got some strong communication going on. And I was definitely told to shuffle a certain way and pull them out a certain way. On the bottom, or I guess the next card would have been dream, and journey. So this is pretty interesting to me. I could be talking to someone who's on a very specific spiritual journey. All right, so let's do some clarifiers. The first card to come out is Earth Mother. Feel loved and comforted. I do feel like this is someone who's going to be protective of you, is what I'm getting. The Moon card is here, and it doesn't have to necessarily be a mother, but for many of you, it's going to be. The Moon card is here. It says take note of intuitive messages. So in other words, you're already tapping into your intuition, and you're already kind of feeling this person. And then Autumn is here. Release the old and rest. That could be the message, because here in the US it is fall, right? So it's very possible that that's the message that's trying to come to you. All right, group 5, we're going to clarify a little bit. Earth Mother, I am definitely getting someone who's very grounded, very loving, unconditional love, definitely bursting from the seams. Yeah, I'm going to go straight with this. It's going to be a mom type of relationship. Remember, guys, some people had dads for their moms. So I'm just saying, doesn't necessarily have to be a woman. It's going to be someone who is very nurturing. And I just heard Cancer. That doesn't necessarily mean Cancer, the sign. This person could have passed away from cancer. All right, let's do some tarot. Nice. So the Ten of Wands comes out. And the Ten of Swords comes out. And look how both of them are older and the white hair. Both of these are completion. This person could have had a very difficult life, very challenging life. They could be trying to help you not have a difficult and challenging life. You could be seeing this person in your sleep also. This person could be trying to protect you in your sleep. You could be exhausted from all where your energy is being exerted. And this person is trying to comfort you in your sleep. So for the moon, the intuitive hits, I'm definitely getting like their hits, like you get it from time to time. Maybe you're standing in a room and you feel something next to you. It smells like mom. It smells like, the person, maybe you hear a song that reminds you of that person. And that she played it so that you would hear it. You know what I'm trying to say? Something like that's what's coming to me here. We have the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles, again, is a student. Pages are students. Don't forget, guys, they're young, they're new, they're inexperienced. But the Page of Pentacles is the most wanting to learn. It's the student, the page that's like the most ready to go on this journey. You could be already studying about intuition. The Six of Wands is here. The Six of Wands does talk about a victory, but the children are sticking out to me. Your children could be saying something to you. Like, for example, my children, when they were younger, used to tell me when they saw apparitions, things that they shouldn't see, be telling you that they're seeing. And there was one time where I did feel my oldest son, it was right after his grandmother had passed, and he was very close to this grandmother, and when she passed, he told me that he had seen her in the hallway. Like, he told me what she looked like, and that would have been, his grandmother, that he wouldn't remember because she passed, when he was younger. So I just thought that was really interesting. Your children could be telling you something, and that's got you digging up some pictures, books, something. You're trying to figure something out. Intuitive hits is what I'm getting. The Release the Old and Rest. I do feel like it's possible that, again, there's some sort of belief or attachment that's keeping you from being able to expand your knowledge of these things, right? Be able to tap into your own abilities to use these tools to communicate with this passed on loved one. We have the Nine of Pentacles here, and we have the Four of Swords. The rest is coming up. So I do feel like this person is saying something about rest, maybe health issue here, is definitely being pushed out. It's like what they're trying to show. The Nine of Pentacles does talk about independence and confidence, but I'm definitely getting the word rest is not going to come up. Like, it's literally says it on the card, and we all know that the Four of Swords literally means that rest. So I do feel like there's some sort of exhaustion, and your person is trying to give you some sort of warning here. Maybe you need to see your doctor. Maybe you need to make sure that so many times we push, we just want to get things done, and we don't understand, we don't realize that, if the time, like, there's going to be time to get it done. I'm not saying procrastinate by any means, but don't push yourself to a level of exhaustion and then be surprised that you're exhausted. You see what I'm saying? All right. Group 5, let's pull from the Talking to Heaven, James Van Prague, and get a direct message from your past loved one. Getting a strong, nurturing, energy. We're not even going to argue. We'll pull. All right. Life is a series of choices. Choose love. I love those hearts. I have no earthly worries. This came out from one of the other groups and we read it. And believe in yourself, you can do it. This is the one we're going to read out of the book. Believe in yourself, you can do it. Someone is definitely trying to encourage you to keep pushing, to keep going. But this is definitely going to be about your health. I'm not getting like, go run a marathon. I'm getting take care of yourself, rest. It's going to be okay. Life is a series of choices. Choose love. We're going to read that one first. All right. I was trying to make it shorter and they're like, no, we're going to read all of them. All right. So life is a series of choices. Choose love. Group 5. Ready? Love and clouds. The clouds are sticking out to me. The pictures in the clouds clearly and the hearts. Love is the true nature of your soul. By making a choice from love instead of fear, you're saying yes to God. I remember in life when I would let other people's opinions of me define who I was. I was never good enough to be accepted. That was because I was living in fear. But now I know how much more powerful love is. By making the right choices, you welcome abundance into every aspect of your life. And I want nothing more than for you to be happy. So with every choice you make, stay true to your nature and choose love. Fear separates, love unites. From over here, I will try to remind you to always attempt to see love in all you do. That way you can live a happier and more fulfilling life on earth. All right, let's do I have no more earthly worries. I have to be honest with you. Life was very stressful for me. I probably should have been more open and forthcoming about my feelings because I held them in most of the time. And that was damaging for me physically and emotionally. That could be what's happening here. I will admit to you now that I was deeply afraid during my life. I was afraid that you and others wouldn't love me if you knew who I truly was. I felt like I was deeply flawed and didn't want you to know. Now that I'm here, though everything's turned in a completely new direction, I now see that I had nothing wrong with me except my belief that I was flawed. And that belief caused me to act in ways that were hurtful to myself and others. I apologize for hurting you. I thank God that I have no more earthly worries and I can now express myself fully to you as I truly am. Now that I no longer am concerned about others' judgments and don't stress about money, work, or day-to-day life, I'm completely carefree. All right, last one. Believe in yourself. You can do it. This person definitely had something to say, and it was like they had more than one thing to say and been wanting to say it for a long time. All right, believe in yourself, you can do it. From my heavenly vantage point, I can see and understand everything so much more clearly now. I can see that you and I never had anything to be afraid of. The only thing that was ever standing in our way was fear about the future. Yet now I realize that you and I create our own future. So I'm urging you to go forward with all that your heartfelt dreams. Leave nothing to chance. I believe in you because I love you, but also because I can see that nothing is stopping you unless you believe it is. I will be with you every step of the way. All right, guys, that is going to be it for group 5. Again, I hope that was helpful. I hope all of these were helpful, guys. And I hope that somehow along the way tonight, I have been able to show you that these are tools and you can do this too. And your passed on loved one is right there next to you, always trying to communicate, always trying to show you with signs that they have messages and they're there to guide and help you. Janice Washington on Facebook. What I'm going to say about that is it's all about your belief and your intention. If someone passed, it's because in their journey, it was their time to pass. I don't believe that anyone can control that. That's between them and spirit. Thank you. Diana says she loved the pick a card readings. Thank you so much, Diana. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Lulu. I hope they were helpful, guys. And I do apologize that it took us so long to get them out. All right, guys. Tomorrow is a busy day for me, so I am going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I know it was a little longer than I intended. Thank you, Miss Tina. Thank you, Miss Al, Sandra, all of you very much. I appreciate you guys so very much. Again, guys, we are back to our regular schedule starting tomorrow. Thank you for being so patient as I went through my little unexpected forced break, but we will be back tomorrow, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius at 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time. I do offer free readings, guys, at the end of these. So 4 times a week, we do fire signs on Monday, earth signs on Tuesday, water signs on Wednesday, and air signs on Thursday. All of those are at 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time, and I do always offer free readings at the end. Guys, if you're struggling right now, I know several of you tried to reach out to me this weekend, and I did have a hard time keeping up with you guys. I just had so much going on myself. Guys, make sure you come hang out at these readings, and you can ask your questions at the end. So yes, back to regular time, regular schedule, and I do plan on doing a Halloween live with free readings again tomorrow night. So yes, guys, I know you guys are out there and you've been waiting for me to get back. I'm definitely back, and we will see you guys all tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys so much, and I'm always, always, always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Thank you.